This week we had a pretty big heat wave come through, so stay tuned to find out what fragrances I chose to wear throughout the week. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel where I upload weekly fragrance content. So of course you already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and also be sure to check me out over on my Instagram page, which is all mostly fragrance related. But today is another week, it means another rotation video. If this is the first time you're tuning into this series, I basically go over what fragrance I wear on each day, how many sprays, the kind of weather, and of course if that fragrance got any compliments or not. So let's get right into Sunday. So for Sunday, it happened to be in the high 70s, kind of cloudy as well, so it wasn't the nicest of days, especially this week. But I did actually put a brand new fragrance in my collection that I picked up in the last week's vlog at the perfumery. You probably know what it is, and it's coming from DS and Durga, and it's Burning Barbershop. Now, this is gonna be for my fougere barbershop lovers out there that want a nice kind of mysterious dark twist to that DNA. And Burning Barbershop is gonna get that for you. It's a very dark, smoky barbershop fragrance, hence the name of course. And they were pretty much going for what a barbershop would actually smell like if it actually burnt down. So yeah, it's kind of bottled up in here. I did do 5 sprays of Burning Barbershop. The performance was decent, nothing mind-blowing or anything like that. No comments on that day either, but yeah, definitely a great fragrance, and I've always been interested in DS and Durga, and I'm definitely going to add more in the future. Monday was in the low 80s, but it was a beautiful sunny day outside, and I did go with another brand new fragrance in my collection, first time wearing it, and it happens to be an oud-based fragrance that can be worn all year round, and it's coming from Musique des Parfums, and this is DO. Now, I just love the kind of aesthetic that Musique des Parfums is going with, especially with the names, of course. Now, DO isn't heavy, it's kind of skanky, oud-based fragrance. It's definitely very barnyardy, but it kind of adds this aquatic, kind of salty, fresh vibe about it as well that makes it perfect. That could be worn in the spring, summer, fall, and winter absolutely easy. For my oud lovers out there that actually want an oud fragrance for the warmer months, absolutely get your nose on DO. You will not be disappointed, especially if you love the darker ouds. On that day, I did do 6 sprays, no compliments, and honestly, when I wore this one, I was a little bit cautious of who I was around because this is kind of off-putting to the majority of people. I can definitely see them not liking this one just because of how dense and potent that oud is. Tuesday was also very warm, almost 90 degrees and sunny as well, so beautiful day. I actually went with a clone of Yves Saint Laurent's Tuxedo, which unfortunately I do not own, but this one gets it down to a T, and it's coming from Alexandria Fragrances. This is Black Tie Affair. Now, Tuxedo is a great patchouli fragrance. I absolutely love the scent profile because of course patchouli is one of my favorite notes of all time, and this is one of the best designer patchoulis money can buy without a doubt, especially obviously the original. Now with Alexandria Fragrances, their clones are nearly identical to the original creations with sometimes better performance. And this one is no different. Beast Mode Tuxedo clone at a fraction of the price. So if you love Tuxedo, you don't want to spend like 300 bucks on it, definitely check out Alexandria Fragrances offer of it because it's fantastic. I did do 8 sprays, a little bit more than the previous days because of how much I just love this fragrance, and it is crowd pleasing. It's not really that off-putting. No comments though on that day, but wow, great cologne. Wednesday happened to be in the lower 80s and it was a rainy day, so it wasn't that pleasant outside. And I came up to my collection early in the morning. I was like, oh, I don't know what to wear, honestly. And every time that happens, I usually just go basic with something that is easy to wear, crowd pleasing. And this is as basic as they come, guys. And it's from Armaf, and this is Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is the EDP. As you can see how big this bottle is. It's as big as my head. Humongous bottle. But of course you can't go wrong with this one if you don't know what to wear and you just want to smell good. And no, everyone around you is mostly gonna like this fragrance. That always seems to be the case. Every time I wear it, somebody usually says something. On that day, they'll get no compliments. This is more of a crowd pleaser towards guys rather than women because of how masculine this fragrance smells on people. And they always want to know what it is so they can get it for themselves. Women are kind of like, they either like it or they hate it. There's never really in between. Obviously, this is a clone of Aventus, which Everyone knows Aventus by now, one of the most popular niche fragrances, if not the most popular niche fragrance, and it's classified as the king for a very good reason. If you don't know, the EDP is just a more smoother, well-rounded version of the EDT, which comes across very sharp smelling. A lot of people say it smells like a lemon cleaner, which I can definitely see that vibe. This one though lasts longer, it doesn't project as much as the EDT, but all in all, a better version of it. Also did 8 sprays of this, which is definitely overkill. I remember one time I did like 14 sprays of this stuff and got sent to the office at work a few years ago, just because of how strong this comes across, so be careful. Thursday happened to be in the mid 80s, another sunny day, and I went with sort of another basic fragrance. I've just been in the mood for like fresh, clean designers as of lately, rather than the more unique kind of potent, offensive and niche fragrances. So I'm just kind of in that mood as of now. And I went with the best Sauvage, hands down, in my opinion, Sauvage Elixir. You really cannot go wrong with this one. If you love Sauvage, you want something more mature, more sophisticated, more luxurious smelling, absolutely get Elixir over the EDT, even the EDP and the Parfum. This is the best. Now I did do 6 sprays of Elixir, which this stuff is extremely potent. Obviously you're gonna expect that with an Elixir name. I think that just means it is an extrait de parfum, very strong juice. I did get a compliment on that day. This girl actually approached me that I've never seen before. She kind of came over and said, your cologne smells amazing. I just told her, of course, thank you, it's Sauvage Elixir, and she said you made a good choice with that. So if you're looking for compliments, you want to get people's attention, absolutely cannot go wrong with Elixir. Just such an easy fragrance to get compliments. Heading into Friday, it was in the high 80s, also sunny outside as well. And I pulled out another fresh, clean smelling fragrance, and it's coming from Bentley. This is Silverlake For Men. Now, this one actually gets compared to Acqua di Gio Essenza. So if you missed out on that fragrance, since it's obviously discontinued and very expensive now, like I missed out on myself, this might be a great alternative to that one and can be found very, very inexpensive. Just very citrusy, very fresh, and very metallic smelling, hence what that bottle kind of resembles. It smells just like that bottle looks. On that day, I did do 5 sprays of Silverlake For Men, got no compliments, but this is actually a very, very solid release by Bentley. Highly recommend checking this one out. Wrapping the week off on Saturday. So on Saturday was the day I vlogged. So if you watched that vlog that I posted yesterday, you will know what fragrance I chose to wear for my scent of the day because I just got it in the mail on that vlog and unboxed it. And it's coming from Tumi. This is the brand new Awaken Distilled, which actually happens to be an extrait de parfum version of the original Awaken, which was one of the first alongside Unwind from Tumi releases. And this one is literally just an amped up version of Awaken, which already was a beast mode fragrance in and of itself for the scent profile. This one just takes it up a notch. Just a fantastic, zesty grapefruit opening that is a little bit tart smelling, dries down very aromatic and extremely nice, kind of like modern amber wood base. Just fantastic fragrance with nuclear performance. So if you're looking for a nuclear fragrance that is perfect for like the spring and summer, but it can be worn all year round as well, definitely check out Distilled. Yeah, basically just wore this one all day long out shopping at the mall and etc. Things like that. I got no compliments from anyone around, but I know they smelled this one because it was just pushing off the skin and lasting like easily 12 hours. Tumi definitely knows what they're doing when it comes to the lineup of fragrances. I do have 6 of them and they all are pretty decent. This one might be in the top 3, but that's gonna do it for my weekly fragrance rotation. As always, leave a comment down below the fragrances you guys are actually wearing because I know you guys are always pointing out very unique fragrances that I myself have never heard of either, so I love seeing those. Besides that, leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see all of you back here in my next video. Take care, everybody.